Hi class. In this lecture video, we're going to look at different kinds of chemical elements. Okay, so what we're looking at here is figure 2.3 from your text. And I want to be able to kind of see all of this here in the beginning of my lecture video. So I don't have it zoomed in real close, but this is the periodic table of elements. Okay, so a lot of times we just hear that referred to as the periodic table. But what it has on it is all the chemical elements organized. And now we're not going to talk any about how this stuff is organized. That's like more of a real chemistry thing, which I'm not worried about doing here. But there's real organization to the periodic table and why things are where they are in this table. Okay, so what this periodic table shows us is all the different elements. Right, I told you in the previous video there's about 100 in nature. There are more than that are synthetic. So, there's a couple hundred elements we see here. Okay, and then what I really want to focus on, we're going to kind of build our own one of these, but I want to show you this stuff down here that's in this little box, this little inset. Because notice every element in this periodic table has its own little square. So I'm going to show you what's inside those squares and how to make sense of it. Right? So we have our periodic table. Every element has a square like this. Okay, and then you're basically going to see three things in it. There's different kinds of periodic tables, so the exact periodic table may have more or less in each box. Most that you see are going to have these three things. A letter in the middle, and then the two numbers, one on top, one on bottom. All right, so what we have here, the letter is the chemical symbol for the element. And we're going to go over a few of those with the next video. This one, the C is for carbon. So chemical symbol for the element. The top number is called the atomic number. And the bottom number is called the atomic mass. Right? And then just some definition stuff here. So this atomic number is going to equal the number of protons in the atom. And it's one of the ways that these elements are organized in the periodic table is by looking at how many protons are in the atom. Okay? And then the atomic mass is going to be the number of protons plus the number of neutrons in the atom. All right, so those are our two numbers. It tells us some about the makeup of the actual atom, of the element, the atomic structure of the element. Okay, and notice with their two numbers, if you want to know how many protons, you just look at the atomic number. If you want to know how many neutrons, you take the atomic mass and subtract the atomic number. And then notice that we don't see a number here that has any relation to electrons. Okay, and I want to tell you there's this kind of rule with chemistry that we're looking at that'll tell us how many electrons we have. Okay, for now, I want you to think that atoms are neutral. Right, so atoms are not going to have any kind of charge. They're going to be neutral. So what that means, if we're looking at the structure of an atom, the number of protons has got to be equal to the number of electrons. Right? Remember, protons are positive, electrons are negative. So if an atom is neutral and we have 6 protons, we have to have 6 electrons. Otherwise, the atom is not neutral, and we would be violating this rule. Okay, so there's no just number on the periodic table that tells you the number of electrons, but we can still figure it out by knowing how many protons are there.